everybody, welcome back into the shop again. Steve with Swamp Bottom Baits. We got a bunch of stuff that we're working on right now, and I figured I would go ahead and share some of the stuff we're doing. I've got an order up that I have to do of some Alabama Craw in the Swamp Stinger, and then we've got some fatty shads that we have to make up in another color. I'm going to split it up into two videos, so it's not just one real long video. So this will be the first part of it, and we're going to use the same intro for the second part of it, so you will see the same intro on the other video. But let's go ahead and get some stuff together here, and we'll bring you back in a couple minutes. For you, it'll just be a couple seconds once I get everything together. I want to say thank you for everybody helping the channel grow. The likes, the shares, comments, everything helps. It's all very much appreciated, and we'll see y'all back here in just a couple minutes. All right, welcome back everyone. So I have got 3/4 of a cup, or I'm sorry, 2/3 of a cup of Dead On Plastic swim bait blend, and we're going to mix up the back color first. So so that's 27 drops, and what I like for my back color is a Dead On Plastics Dark Melon. So there's many different variations. It's just whatever color green you like. Some people like a green pumpkin. I like the dark melon myself. So is what my recipe calls for. And then we've got some 035 black. So I'm going to go with a rounded 1/8 for this. So the back color is really pretty basic. The belly color is also, I just do something a little bit different. So there we go. That is our back color. So let's set that in the microwave. Kind of keep it warm. I got the other one coming out of the vacuum chamber here. So it's another 2/3 cup of Dead On swim bait blend. And for this one here, you know, Alabama Craw is a green and an orange, but I like to dull out my orange. I kind of lost count there at the end. I do the same amount of drops for the orange and for the dark melon. So see, that's kind of a bright orange. What I like to do to dull it out a little bit, which I think looks more natural, is I add in some Carolina pumpkin. You could use a drop or two of black or darker brown, whatever you prefer. So I'm putting a few drops of the Carolina pumpkin, and you'll see how this dulls it down. So there you go. It's taken the brightness away from it. Like I said, in my opinion, it looks a little bit more natural. That's also going to darken up a little bit when we put our black flake in there. So we're going to go with the same amount, a rounded 1/8 teaspoon, and your black flake will darken it up a little bit also. So, and this is color I call Orange Craw. So that is what we're going with there. Like I said, I think that looks a lot more natural for a craw, or a craw style color. So let's add a little bit of heat to those, and then we will check them, make sure they get even. So I have the Do It dual injector. Didn't have a lot of money when I got started. This one here was, you know, kind of the cheapest one on the market. So let's check our temps. That's 321. That's 322 I seen, then it went down to 19, so they're both running about the same. Let me flash some bubbles off the top here, and we will get to injecting. Now I've got this other mold sitting here, so I can purge my injector. Get our mold down here. Back y'all out a bit so you can get a better view. So I always put my back color on the right hand side. Whoops, sorry about that. So I'm going to purge the injector. If you're using a dual injector, put the nozzles on the side of the cup when you go to evacuate the injector, because these do not lock, and that will keep them from popping out. But there are our two colors. So this is my version of Alabama Craw. The mold is cold, so it won't take but a minute to set up. Let's turn that so we can set these back in the microwave. So, and I picked up purging the injector from watching Adam over on SDG Custom Lure Craft. It makes sense, because then you know your plastic is coming out, both injectors the same. I don't worry about purging the injector, I just purge it through the blending block. So let's get that set off to the side. Just kind of clean up a little bit here real quick while that is setting up. So I'll show you the blending block real quick. And those didn't touch, so we can salvage those. Well, it came out on different sides. But that is our two colors right there. So, and I have 48, so I got 4 dozen of these to make. So we got a whole lot to do. If you are interested, I live stream over on Twitch. So we'll be doing a lot of these over there. I'm just going to do this one mold's worth here. Try and keep this video kind of short. But once I get completely done, I will do a group picture of all of them. Alright, so there's our orange side. I'm trying to get this in a light where you can see it. And there's our green side. If you look at the side of the bait, you can see the nice laminate right there. So that there is Alabama Craw. We'll take that one off and flip it around. Or my version of Alabama Craw. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and we will give you a group picture once we get all 4 dozen of them done. Thank you much for joining, and the other video will be coming out next week, but we're going to be getting on that one here in just a little bit. Thank you much. Peace, everybody.